Strat-O-Matic Excel Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Troller. 1972 to 1975.
Game 182, Boston at Baltimore. Welcome back, baseball fans. 1972-75 carryover league. We got a best of 7 in the American League East between the Boston Red Sox and the Baltimore Orioles. I'll just go into what's happened here. By the way, both teams having a mediocre season. Whole American League East is a little off this year, hovering around 500. Nobody's walking away with anything. So it's open territory for someone to emerge as a division winner or division leader. Somebody's a secretariat the thing, and no one is. Game 1 in Fenway Park. It's Milt Pappas, returned to Baltimore after a sabbatical, versus Louis Tiant. And this thing has ebbs and flows. In the 4th inning, you get an RBI single by Kenny Singleton. Bottom of the same inning, RBI single Cooper. It's tied at 1. You get a Cooper triple, RBI single Dwayne Anderson, 2-1 Boston Sox. But in the 8th inning, Louis Tiant starts to lose control a bit. A single, a K, a single. He's a starter 9, so they have a long leash with Louis. A walk, a K, 2 more walks, and another K. So a lot of pitch taking there. Walks in a couple. And it's a 3-2 game. The Red Sox tie in the bottom half of the inning off of Grant Jackson. Great reliever, but Dwayne Josephson pinch hit single to tie it. But in the 9th inning, they left Louis in there too long. Another single, walk, single. Ted Abernathy finishes it, but too many bases on balls. Louis Tiant, 8 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 10 walks, 9 strikeouts. This is a case where you leave the dude in there because the Strat-O-Matic card is so awesomeness. Didn't work out. And the Orioles steal a road win in Fenway Park. It starts out good for Baltimore. Let's see what happens. In game number 2, Jim Palmer versus the Spaceman, Bill Lee. In this one, lots of ebbs and flows. You have a sac fly by Cooper. Boston's got a lead. After 2 outs and 2 walks, Bobby Grich, the pitcher's best friend, a 3-run homer. Earl Weaver's best friend, 3-1. But the Red Sox answer, they always do. Double, single in the inning, we're tied at 3. The Red Sox take a lead on a Yaz Yastrzemski homer in the 5th. But in the 6th inning, in what seemed to be one mistake too many, a hit, an error by Yaz, a double. After 2 outs, you get a 2-out, 3-run homer by Ken Singleton. That's 2 out, 3-run homers for Baltimore. That's basically what they did from 1966 to 1983, pretty much, for Earl Weaver and company. And it seemed like they were going to put the thing away. Palmer, though, is getting knocked around. He's up a walk and a double in the 7th inning, so they quick hook him with a 5-run lead. Well, that didn't work. Joel Horland came on in the 8th, gave up 3 hits and 2 runs. Kenny Singleton hits his 2nd homer of the game. 2 homers. Ken Singleton 2 for 4 with 2 homers and 5 ribbies. With Grant Jackson going inning and 2/3 in game 1, Dyer Miller, a rookie, very talented rookie, is asked to close out game 2 with a 2-run lead. Single, strikeout, single, 4-run homer. Grand slammer. Grand slam home run, Dwayne Anderson. Boston walks it off 11-9. They score 6 runs in the last 2 innings off of the Baltimore bullpen. Oh boy. So they go to Baltimore for game 3. It's Rick Wise versus the phenom Baylor Moore, acquired in the Dave McNally Ken Singleton deal. Nothing but goose eggs for both pitchers until the bottom of the 6th inning when Bobby Grich homers. Earl Williams, a 2-out RBI single. Al Bunbury, by the way, thrown out the plate. Big important play in this by Fred Lynn. It's 2-0 into the 8th inning. Baylor Moore on the verge of breaking. He gives up a walk, a single, so they pull him for Wayne Garland, another rookie phenom. After 2 outs, he surrenders a 3-run homer to Tommy Harper. And for the second game in a row, Baltimore's bullpen implodes, and Boston gets a 3-2 victory. Oh my. Game 4. Baltimore really kicking this one around, folks. Bad bullpen work for the Orioles. So, Game 4, you have a piece of pitching history here. Boston traded for Steve Blass in the offseason, and the Orioles send Mike Cuellar out there. Now, these two guys pitched against each other in Game 7 of the 1971 World Series. Major League Baseball is not mine. And they, here today, and this is one of the reasons why Boston acquired Blass for this particular kind of matchup. Here's your ball game. 6th inning, a walk, a single, runner goes to third on the throw, a sac fly, and that's the run, and that is it. That's it. That's the only blemish on Cuellar. Complete game. 5 hits, a run, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. But Steve Blass, he's got a no-no through 5. Gives up a singles in the 5th, 6th, 8th inning, 9th inning. Runners are in 1st and 2nd in the bottom of the 9th. Tie run at 2nd. Paul L.D. Blair hits into a double play. And the Orioles are, what's that expression? They're snake bit or something like that. All 3 winnable games at the end. Theoretically, I don't know, could have swept the Red Sox. But instead, they're down 3-1 to Boston, a team that typically is the team that they kick it around normally. The Red Sox are the team that usually blow the opportunities, but it's Baltimore in this series. Game 5 in Baltimore. Oh, boy. It is Louis Tiant. Let's take a look at his 72 card, 15-6, 191 ERA, and 179 innings, starter 9. He will do battle with your 1973 Cy Young Award winner, Jim Palmer, 22-9. 240 ERA and 296 innings. Also a starter 9. These guys can go 10. And trust me, I don't think, Baltimore's bullpen, Garland has a loss, Dyer Miller has a loss, Grant Jackson has a blown save. So far, in 4 games. So, leading off for Boston, as he has done against right-handed pitching all year long, Carl Yastrzemski. 39, a base hit. Dwight Evans, 1-9's a 6-4, 3 double play. Fred Lynn rolls back to the mound. Bottom of 1, it's Al Bunbury now in the preferable leadoff spot. 3-11's hit by the pitch. Ace Steeler, he's been there all year, but you get the -3 arm of Fisk. Gritch is going to do a hit and run. And it's a base hit on the hit and run for Bobby Gritch. Now you got speed on the corners for Lemay. 38 strikeout. Speed still in the corners for Ken Singleton. 38's a walk. Bases loaded for Earl Williams. 64 off Tiant is short X. You have Dwayne Anderson, a 4E34 shortstop. It's a fielder's choice. Not bad, Dwayne. Not bad. And you have runners in the corners, 2 outs for Paul Blair. 2-9's a K. 1-zip Baltimore. Top of 2, it's Fisk. 66, single 1-7, base hit. Cecil Cooper. 1-7, triple 1-11, double. That's a double to center field. Fisk will stay put at third. Second and third for Dwayne Anderson. 2-2, ground ball, third A, plus injury. Well, the runners hold as the balls hit the third. Not short. And this dude's injured, no big deal. As they do have Rick Burleson, and he will simply take over as the regular shortstop. Second and third, 1 out now for Petrocelli. 2-6, ground ball to short this time. Petrocelli gets it to where it needed to be, and the game is tied. Runner at second, 2 outs. Rick Miller, base hit center field. Cooper. 14, 15, 16 will take on the Blair arm, and he scores on the 13. Doug Griffin, 56, off Palmer, double 1-6, base hit on the corners, 2 outs for Yaz. 68 pops short. 2-1, bottom of 2. It's Tom Hutton, 68 center. Mark Belanger, 45, double 1-3 off of the Tiant cards, base hit. Brooks Robinson was batting second and third, and they weren't winning much. And now he's batting 9th. And he can hit and run against righties. He's just like a 240 hitter against righties. So I'll hit and run here. Moves the runner into scoring position for Al Bumbry. 55 walks. 2 on, 2 outs. Bobby Grich. 68 skies to right field. Into the third. It's Dwight Evans, 55. Triple 1-11, base hit. Fred Lynn, 1-4, flies to right. Fisk, 2-4, skies to center, and with 2 outs, it's Cooper Cecil, 4-11. A slow roller to first for Palmer and company. Bottom of the third, it's Lee May. 3-6 is a walk. Kenny Singleton, 65, skies to shallow center. Earl Williams, 1-8. Oh boy. Homer 1, fly ball the rest. It is the rest. And with 2 outs, it's Blair. 48's a strikeout. Into the fourth. It's Dwayne Anderson, 5'10. Catcher's card. Earl Williams, a 40-14 catcher, makes the play. Actually, Burleson, not Dwayne Anderson, but Burleson did the same result. Now you got Petrocelli, 2-7's a K. And Rick Miller, 47, is a K. Palmer battles back. Bottom of the fourth. Tom Hutton, 2-9. Rolls to first. Belanger, 1-5. Short. And Brooks Robinson, 2-3. Pops to first base. Same number of base runners for each squad. Boston's up a run. Actually, the Red Sox have 1 fewer base runner and have 1 more run. Doug Griffin leads off. 2-10. What has gotten into Doug Griffin? Homer 1-4. Fly ball the rest. And once again, we get the rest. Back up top to Yaz. 1-4. Flies to right. And Dwight Evans. 52. Rolls to the mound. Bottom of the fifth. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okie dokie. Bottom of the fifth. Al Bumbry will lead it off. 64 off Tiant's catcher's card. Now Fisk is a 1-16. Best of both worlds there. Foul out. Bobby Grich. 33 rolls to third, and Lee May. 69 skies to center. 2-1 game into the sixth. Fred Lynn. 1-4 flies to right. You know, I would just surmise that in this timeline, if it came to, I don't know, 4 consecutive one-run games, I'd have put my money on the Baltimore Orioles. But right now, the Red Sox are on the verge of 4 straight one-run wins, several in comeback style, against the big bad Baltimore Orioles. So maybe this is a little bit more of the 75 Red Sox mystique and the fading Orioles mystique that we're seeing. Of course, that can change at any point here. Carlton Fisk. 43. Pitcher X Palmer is an E9. And he makes the play. Cecil. Cooper, 48. Second X. Haven't shown any cards because none of the cards are doing anything of interest. We will, though, as this game gets into the late innings. Bottom of the sixth. It's Singleton. 1-8, skies to center. Earl Williams, 65, skies to center. And Paul Blair, he lines to third. Oriole fans are sitting on their hands in the stands, just feeling uneasy about this whole thing. It's so hard to get runs. Wasn't that bad in 69. A little worse in 70. 71. By 72, their offense was putrid. And we're seeing that in this series. One decent game where they scored 9 times, ended up losing because the bullpen let that get away, and otherwise they have not done squat. Top of 7, it'll be Burleson again. 112. Oh, we've lost another shortstop, ladies and gentlemen. Rick Burleson grounds the short plus injury. We lost Anderson. We've lost Burleson. Doug Griffin's a second baseman. Yaz can play third at the drop of a hat. Petrocelli used to be a shortstop. Tommy Harper used to be an infielder a long time ago. Let's do this. Let's put Tommy Harper at third and Petrocelli at short. What do you say about that, folks? Harper used to play some second and third when he was a Seattle Pilot, Milwaukee Brewer. Now he's a Red Sox. And, of course, Petrocelli had that magnificent 1969 where he played 2-16 shortstop defense and hit 40 home runs. My goodness. So, that's what we'll do at that position. Huge advantage to the Orioles if they can hit one to the left side of their infield on an X. But we're still batting in the top half, and it'll be Rico Petrocelli. 1-8 is a K, and with 2 outs, it's Rick Miller. 64, catcher's X. This is Earl Williams, 4-14, and he makes the play. Jim Palmer, one bad inning where he gives up a couple runs, loses a 1-run lead, and that, besides that, just a couple singles. Stretch time here in Baltimore. We've been enjoying listening to Crack the Sky, live at the Warner Theater, 1975. Doing all their hits. Warner Theater, I think it's in Georgetown, Washington, D.C. Great. Ice, She's a Dancer, Hold On, Maybe I Could Fool Everybody Tonight, Nuclear Apathy. All the big hits here. Live. Crack the Sky. Very much on the radio in Maryland, Pennsylvania in the mid-70s. Back to the game. Baltimore's got to get something going. Down 2-1 in the bottom of the 7th. Louis Tiant has retired 1 million in a row. Actually, 12 in a row. And it'll be Tom Hutton leading off. Tom Hutton in the lineup because he bats left-handed. Something that the Orioles have a shortage of on this roster. 1-8, and he grounds the third. Mark Belanger, 112, rolls the short. And Brooks Robinson, 65, skies the center field. Oh, they're getting restless in Baltimore. About to dump this series 4-1 and really put this division. I mean, you got the Yankees. We saw what Toronto did a year ago when they surprised everybody and went to the playoffs. You know, Boston's a lot better since they got Freddie Lynn and Cecil Cooper. This is looking an awful lot like the 72 Orioles. As we go to the top of the 8th inning, Palmer isn't going anywhere, and it'll be Doug Griffin. 35, he flies to left. Back up top to Yastrzemski. 1-7's a walk. Dwight Evans. 57's a K. Do we try something like a stolen base attempt for Yaz? Why not? We got a lead. He steals second base. Carl Yastrzemski. Caught him napping. That's what Hall of Famers do every once in a while. He gets in a scoring position for Fred Lynn. Now Palmer's got something to think about here. He's got a base open, but you got Carlton Fisk on deck. He'll pitch to the rookie. 58 lines to third. Well, folks, Louis Tiant trots out there for the bottom of the 8th inning, retiring 15 in a row. It was the 8th and 9th innings in his last start where he started walking guys. He walked 10 in that start. Today, 1, 2, 3, just 4. It'll be Al Bunbury leading off. Any defensive improvement? Well, not really, since we've lost so many guys to injury. No, there's no defensive improvement. Al Bunbury. 4-4 off of Tiant. Homer, 1-8. Double the rest. If you have power, they gave it to Bunbury. He has power with 7 homers. In 400 plate appearances in 1973, he's got power. Homer, 1-8. He wraps it around the pole, and we're tied at 2. Bobby Grich, 45 for a righty. Double 1-3 is a base hit, and Tiant's tiring. B. Steeler at first for Lee May. 39, B. Steeler on the bench after a 6-4-3 double play. Ken Singleton, 57 is a strikeout. Well, it's, the 2 base runners in the 8th are not going to affect Louis Tiant's point of weakness. If you're a starter 9 in my league, you're allowed to go 10. So these guys, the way this is going 10, 11, 12 innings here. Top of the 9th, as soon as I say that, it'll be Carlton Fisk. 53, flies it to left field. Al Bunbury, though, is a 49. And that is a double. To who giveth, they taketh away. He hits the home run, then he surrenders the double. Now you got Cooper. My goodness. Let's take a look. We haven't looked at the cards. My goodness. Let's look at Cooper. Really, bunting, he's a B-bunter. But bunting makes absolutely no sense. Unless you were to bring a left-handed pitcher in there. And that's what Palmer's thinking. They know he's going to be swinging. So you don't have to worry about him advancing a runner to the third in a tie game. So he's going to be swinging, and Palmer's going to pitch to him. 39 is a liner to short, so he didn't even get a ground ball. And Fisk is still at second, and he's a 12 runner. Now you've got Tommy Harper, shortstop number 3 on your scorecard, or in this case, third baseman number 3. Here's the pitch to Tommy. 1-7. Let's take a look at the Tommy Harper card of 1973. His best performance in Boston. They said, Tommy, don't worry about utility player. Don't worry about playing second and third. Of course, unless today happens, then yeah, you got to worry about third. But in 73, 17 homers, 23 doubles. Homer, 1-15. And it's gone! Tommy Harper with a 2-run bomb in the 9th. Off a deflated Jim Palmer. Tommy Harper, the new superstar in Boston. Going to help the Red Sox win 2 of 4 here, it looks like. Petrocelli's the batter. 58, short X. Belanger's there. Makes the play. And Rick Miller, 65, skies the center field. Bottom of the 9th inning. Louis Tiant's not going nowhere, which is a double negative, which means he's going somewhere. He's going to the pitcher's mound is where he's going, folks. He's not coming out. He's going to close this thing out. They do have Roger Moret and Ted Abernathy warming. But Tiant will face this just dull Baltimore offense. Earl Williams leads off. 69, skies the center field. Paul Blair, 111, lines to second, and with 2 outs, let's take a look at a guy, because this is where we're at here, folks. Tom Hutton, acquired in the offseason as a the left-handed first base bat once they moved on from Boog Powell. They brought him in. More of a defensive first baseman, played with the Phillies. But more importantly, he's only one of 3 Baltimore left-handed batters that they employ on this roster. And Tiant's better against righties. So here is the pitch to Tom Hutton. 5-10 is a walk. He did what he needed to do. And now you got Belanger. No, you don't. Batting for Mark Belanger. It'll be Doug DeCinces. Let's take a look at him. Perfect addition to this team. Utility infielder, a second, third, short, and first base, 3 at those infield positions. And hit 251 and 75 in his rookie year. Eventually becomes their everyday third baseman, moves on to the Angels. Big moment here for the rookie Doug DeCinces with Hutton at first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. 2-6. It is a pop to third base. I'm guessing Belanger walks in that role. No, he doesn't. 2-6 is a pop to third base. And Baltimore loses another one to the Red Sox. Final score 4-2. We'll take this right to the post game here, folks. My goodness. Baltimore's offense looks awful. Really does. Palmer has to take a loss there. It's 72 Orioles. If you look into the Strat-O-Matic set, Baltimore's pitching in 72 was better than 69, 70, or 71, all World Series years. The 72 Oriole pitching staff was stunning. But guess what? They couldn't hit a bull in the ass with a shovel. And so they lost so many games, and they only won 80 games. They were like 80 and 74 or something like that. All of Baltimore pitchers had ERAs below 3. As a matter of fact, the worst ERA on that staff was Dave McNally, who had an ERA of like 290. Unreal. Palmer takes the loss. 8 hits, 4 runs. A bad second and a bad ninth with a 4. 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. He does get a complete game. But Louis Tiant was a lot better. 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 in the first, the solo shot in the 8th. 5 walks, 4 Ks. He gets a complete game. 1009, 0109, 4824, 1454, 5414. Well, we were wondering during the off season, with Boston in last place, knowing that they were going to draft Freddie Lynn, would that open the door for the Red Sox to go worst to first? And the answer is possibly. Plausible. Myth confirmed. It is possible for Boston to come crashing in. And again, this is the first attempt they have of a 75 World Series appearance. They don't have all the pieces yet. They'll get Jim Rice next year, more than likely. But my goodness, Baltimore is 6-9. They're hitting .230. They have a .401 ERA because they got knocked around in 2 games. Yeah. Yeah. Just, what's Palmer doing? See, 18. He's given up 6 unearned runs as well. So 18 earned runs. He's got a .415 ERA. Would have been a lot worse if there weren't unearned runs in there. Has 3 complete games. Let's move on. There's nothing going on in Baltimore. Let's look at Boston. Now Boston, they are 8-4. Now they're hitting .270, so there's room for improvement there. They're pitching to a .304 ERA. What happens if Boston gets pitching, folks? What happens? What happens if the Boston Red Sox get really good quality pitching? They got it, folks. Tiant's 2-2, but Bill Lee, Steve Blass, and Rick Wise are 5-0. The bullpen, Roger Moret and Ted Abernathy each have a couple saves as co-closers. Not a lot of power. Leading hitter right now is a very surprising Dwight Evans. He's 20 for 51. Almost hitting 400. Dwight Evans having a big year for the Sox. And when you look at the bigger picture, look at the Red Sox. They actually are rising from the muck in the American League East. Red Sox started this season in trouble. They were swept by Kansas City. But then they swept the Yankees and took 4 out of 5 from the Baltimore. And now this looks like these seeds. Oh, by the way, these seeds are from last year. Don't worry about that. Yeah, this could be Boston's year to get this division while the Orioles get old, the Yankees are renovating their stadium, Toronto doesn't exist. You get the idea, folks. It could be a Sweet Caroline year in Fenway. Break up your Boston Red Sox. They have taken 4 out of 5 from Baltimore. Thanks for checking this out, and we'll see you next time.